Good morning everyone, Tiffany Quinn here, and this is a 15-minute hip mobility stretch that you can use as a warm-up prior to exercise or simply to relieve tension you may have in the hip flexors. This routine will be especially useful for those of you who are seated at a desk for long hours throughout the day and for improving your flexibility for the ab workouts that we do together. Now all you'll need for today's workout is a mat to do your exercises on, hit that like button to support what I do, subscribe to the channel for a new workout every week, and let's go ahead and loosen things up. Welcome to our hip mobility stretches, everyone. Now I do want to get us going straight away. We've got a total of 18 exercises at 30 seconds each. I will try my best to reel back on some of my usual energy for today so that we can relax, breathe, and enjoy ourselves through this one. And of course, if you do find a point of tension or a stretch that you feel good on, you want to hold it a little longer than those 30 seconds, by all means go right ahead. This is all about enjoying yourself, relaxing, recovering, and of course opening up those hip flexors. So we will be starting off in a neutral position on the mat today. We're going to take our left leg up, out towards the side into an external hip rotation, and then over to the other side to start. Beginning our timer, in 2, in 1, just follow along with me. Let's lift up nice and tall, roll those shoulders back and down, squeeze that core in tight. We lift up, out to the side, quick step in the middle to find your balance again, and over to that other side. Take your time here, take as long as you need. If you need a little more support for this one, hand against the wall or holding onto a chair. Out to the left, over to the right. One more on either side for me. Last time to the right, and let's take it the other direction. Away from the body, in towards the midline. Now don't concern yourself either over how wide that range of motion is or how high that knee is coming. The goal here is to stay in a pain-free range of motion and improve that flexibility over time. Lift and towards the center. Last one on the left. Last one on the right. And I want you to turn and face the front of your mat for me. The left leg comes forward, the right leg straightens back, press that heel down into it. Now lean into that front leg and turn your back foot away from the body. You're gonna feel this open up the hip flexors. We're gonna come forward a little bit and lean back a little bit, keeping a bend in the knee and keeping the knees behind the toes. Lift and lower. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth, trying to deepen that stretch. Last raise, last bend. Now turn your back leg back to neutral for me. Lean further forward into that front leg. We're gonna take the right fingertips down towards the mat, and we lift up that left arm nice and tall. Breath out, fingertips to the mat. Breath in, raise tall. Breath out to the mat. Great job. Breath in, raise tall. Now just hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back down, fingertips to the mat. Relax the back knee down, relax the back foot, lift yourself up nice and high. We're gonna turn the back toes 30 degrees towards the body. Hold here, you're gonna feel this open up again. Lean forward, take it slightly back. Now try to tuck the hip bones under. By that I mean curling them towards the chin. We want the back to stay straight. Forward and back. Last time forward, last time back. Now bring your back leg back to neutral for me. It gets a little tricky here. We're gonna lift the back toes up. Now extend both arms behind. Try to reach the top of your foot and pull that heel in towards the booty. Tuck the tailbone under. Chest is lifted. Core is tight. I want that back straight. And just holding those toes in your hand like it's a perfectly normal thing to do. All right, great job. The further you stretch that, the more you'll feel it along the quad. For 2, for 1, relax it down, come up to standing for me. This time the right leg forward, the left leg back. Press that back heel in towards the mat. Lean forward into that front leg, chest still lifted. Turn the back toes away from the body. Slight lean back, slight lean forward. Slight lean back, slight lean forward. Trying to stay facing forward to keep that stretch happening. Last time back. Last lean forward. Now hold that forward hold. Turn the toes back to neutral. I want you to lean further forward. Bring the left hand down towards the mat and reach that right arm nice and high. Breath out, fingertips to the floor. Breath in, raise it high. Try to press the back heel further down into the mat for me. Great job, increasing that stretch. Lift nice and high, one more time. Hold 3, try to face the fingertips. 2, 1, bring it on down. We're gonna relax that back leg, relax the back foot, lift up nice and high, and rotate the back toes in towards the body 30 degrees. Again, leaning forward into that front leg and slightly back. Feeling that nice stretch along the hip flexor. It's a good one, right? The way you angle your body does make quite a difference. Forward and back. Last time. Back up. Now rotate that back leg back to neutral. Here's our tricky one. Lift that back leg, reach behind, try to grab the top of your toes, and pull that heel in towards the booty. Tuck the tailbone back under. Having difficulty saying the word tailbone today. Facing straight ahead still. Just hold this position, breathe through it. You've got 8 seconds here, and then we switch it up again. Another 4, 3, 2, relax those toes down. Come into a quadruped position on all 4s. We're gonna come up into high plank position from here. Now following your eye gaze, we come into a downward dog and pedal the heels down to the floor. Stretching out the calves. Just hitting a lot of the lower body today, not just the hip flexors. Might as well get what we can out of it. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, come back to the toes in the high plank, into a downward dog again. As we come into our next high plank, bring the right knee in towards the chest. Now shoot it back away from you as we come to downward dog. Bend that leg, now drop it over the body. Still facing down, core is tight. You're gonna feel this very much open up the hip flexor. This is one of my favorites. Try to push that heel down into the mat on the stabilizing leg. For 2, for 1, straighten that leg back out. This time as we come to high plank, draw it in towards the chest and bring it across the body, slowly lowering down. Relax the back knee, relax the back foot, and come down to where is comfortable. Kind of gets your adrenaline up. All right, now if you want to intensify this stretch here, we're gonna come down onto the forearms and just hold. 7 seconds here. How do we feel? Feeling pretty good. For another 3 and 2, on 1, come back to the fingertips, back in a high plank. We come into a downward dog, back into a high plank, bring the left knee in towards the chest, extend it straight out away from you into that downward dog, bend the leg, and drop it across the body. Still facing straight ahead. Definitely a good one for the hips. Good one for core too, actually. Another 4, 3, 2, on 1, straighten that leg out. Bring the left knee in towards the chest and bring it across the body. Gently relax that right leg and right foot down and find where it's comfortable. So wherever you landed right here, by the way, depending on your own unique structure, it could be a little different. It's where you're meant to be. And if you want to increase that stretch on the outer hip, outer thigh, onto the forearms, bring the hands together and relax for a few seconds. For 3, 2, on 1, hands come below again, back in the high plank position, back into a downward dog, breath out, breath in, step the right foot to the right hand, relax the left knee down, the left foot down, lean back and forward. So this one is very much for the hamstrings. It's one of my favorites for hamstrings. I do this pretty much daily. Come back, bring it forward, last time back, and let's come back into our high plank position, onto the toes, into our downward dog, breath out, into high plank, bring that left foot to the left hand, relax the right knee, leaning back, and bringing it forward. Breath out through the mouth, in through the nose. For 2, and forward, great job. Last one. And forward, now bring it into a quadruped position for me once again, into our reverse tabletop. We're gonna hover the right knee off the floor. We're gonna take tiny circles out towards the side. Now what I want you to do here is try to take those circles a little bit wider with each rep. Again, not worrying so much about the range of motion that you have at the moment. I just want you in that pain-free range. And if you feel at any point that you find a painful spot, just take it down a notch. One more circle. Take that same foot, take it out away from you towards the side. Plant the foot flat on the mat, it's facing forward. Now you're gonna feel this along the inner thigh, inner adductor. To increase it, we drop back and raise up. Breath out through the mouth, lean back. In through the nose, raise up. For 2. And raise. Last one, great job. And raise, going over to that other side. Tiny circles out, let's hover that left leg. And out towards the side we go. We should be feeling pretty open by now. Up and out. Good dynamic stretches for today. Another 4. And 3, nice and slow. Core is tight, back is straight. 2. Last circle. And we're gonna step that foot out towards the side. Make sure it's flat on the mat. Foot is facing forward. Hands are directly below the shoulder. Out through the mouth, drop booty to heel. In through the nose, back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's this feel? Should be feeling good. I know for me, this feels especially good, especially after all of those crazy workouts we just did. Come back, raise it up. Last drop, last raise, come back to neutral. From here, I want you to flex the feet, come onto the toes into a bear plank. We're gonna separate the knees outward just a little bit. Now tuck the tailbone under towards the chin, relax the feet back down. We drop back and raise. Froggy position. This one might be a little uncomfortable if you do sit at a desk all day, because that does tend to tighten things up. But stick with me here. We're gonna drop down where is comfortable for you. We're gonna walk those hands out a little bit, come onto the forearms and just clasp those hands together. Just a few more to go. Relax the head down, just hold here. 15 seconds. Now I do like dynamic stretches because I think for me, the very, very slow ones, it's so hard for me to control my energy. So I do like these, hopefully you do. Another 3, 2, on one, hands below the shoulder, lift up and come to face me. We're gonna take the bottoms of our feet together. This one's pretty simple, we did this in like kindergarten. We're gonna take the elbows against the knees and gently press down on them. Slight forward fold, you do not need to force the stretch. If you're right here and that feels good, stay there. Otherwise, if you want to come down a little lower and that feels good, perfectly fine. For 4, 3, 2, lift up for me. Now take both of your feet and plant them right in front on the mat. We're gonna rotate over to the left, core tight, back straight, and back to center. Breath out to the left, breath into center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one of my recent favorites. Back to the left last time. Now I just want you to hold right here. We're going to increase the stretch a little bit. We're going to take our fingertips to the floor. We walk forward for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now towards the backside for 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you feel that on the outer thigh? Back to center for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try to lean down a little bit more, stretch those fingertips out, and lift yourself back up. Over to the right, so back to neutral, over to the right, breath out, back towards the center, breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. As slow as you need to go, wherever your knees and legs and feet are comfortable. Save that position for yourself. Everyone's a little bit different. Over to the right, back to center. One more time to the right. And we're bringing our fingertips back towards the floor for our walkouts to the front for 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the right for 4. Your backside, 3, 2, 1. Do you feel that? Back to the center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try to bring those fingertips a little bit further. Relax that head. And lift yourself back up to neutral, and we are coming up to standing from here. So you're actually gonna place your hand on a wall or something that you have to support you nearby. The left leg hooks over the right knee, so flex that foot and gently sink down like you're sitting into a chair. I'll show you from the side after this. I'll move to that wall, okay? No need to force it, doesn't have to be low. I just want you to feel the stretch along the outer thigh and hip area. For 3, 2, 1, raise it up, over to our other side for our last exercise. So hand against the wall, bring the right foot over the left knee, flex that foot, hook it there, and slowly lower into that stretch. Just like sitting into a chair, just down like so. Knee stays behind the toe. This is my weak ankle, so this is actually about as low as I can come single leg. Another 4, 3, 2, great job. 1, lift it up, shake it out, and that concludes our stretch for today. That's a wrap on our stretches for today. Now, I would recommend doing this routine at least once a week to keep your hip flexors from tightening back up and, of course, improving your range of motion and flexibility in that area. Don't forget to like the video before you go if you did enjoy the exercises today. Subscribe to the channel if you want a new home workout every week. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I hope you have a lovely day.